the botany portion, and this we will continue with the previous class, so that we were doing the solving some question. Okay, so this is the next question is that in continuation, question number 5. Okay, question number 4, which one of the following statement is wrong? This was 2016 question. Okay, algae increases the level of dissolved oxygen in the immediate environment. Algin is obtained from red algae and kerosene from the brown algae. Agar-agar is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria. Gelidium and Gracilaria, Laminaria and Sargassum. These are used as food. Out of this, which statement is correct? Or which one is wrong? Means out of the 4, 1 is wrong and the other all 3 are correct. Any idea?
Option
Number
1.
2, sir.
Option? Someone is telling option 1,
Number
someone
2.
option 2. Then if option 2, then what will be the correct answer, correct statement? Can you rectify it?
Option 3, sir.
Option 3.
Carrageen is a red algae, sir.
Yes, kerosene obtained from, here written, brown algae, and algin obtained from red algae. So this statement is wrong. Actually, they have written, here it is written, algin obtained from, the correct will be algin obtained from brown algae. Algin from brown algae. In brown algae, their cell wall contains cellulose and algin. Okay, and kerosene from red algae. Okay, so this will be this is the correct form, and here they have written just reverse. Okay, so our answer, which one is wrong? This is the wrong. So this is here the economic importance of algae. Naturally, algae is photosynthetic, oxygenic, photosynthetic autotroph. Algae is oxygenic photosynthesis they carry out. So wherever the this algae is growing, naturally they will produce oxygen. So in water, dissolved oxygen will increase naturally. So it is better. For agar, agar is obtained from Gelidium and Gracilaria. These two are also red algae from Rhodophyceae, and Laminaria sargassum. These are brown algae. They are used as food. These are actually largest size algae we find in class Phaeophyceae. Okay, next one. There is a question 6. Photosynthetic pigment of class Rhodophyceae. photosynthetic pigment of class Rhodophyceae. Red algae. Which one?
Option 4, sir.
Option 4. Yes, that's good. Option 4. Option A is, this one is which group?
Chlorophyceae.
This is for Chlorophyceae. Okay. This one A and C is present in Phaeophyceae, and chlorophyll A and D in Rhodophyceae. Chlorophyll A alone is in Cyanophycean member. It is there along with other pigment. Floridian starch. Floridian starch is the reserve food of what? Which family? Floridian starch?
Rhodophyceae, sir.
Rhodophyceae. Yes. In Phaeophyceae, it is the mannitol and algin. Chlorophyceae starch. Cyanophycean, that is the Cyanophycean, they have also a starch and oil. This is an example of colonial algae is of an example of colonial algae. The Volvox, Ulothrix, Spirogara, chlorella.
Colonial.
Colonial means that there is aggregation of loose cell. Okay, unicellular. There is algae. They are that unicellular forms are there. Okay, unicellular form, and those. So when colonial, this type of cells are present together in a common set, within common set. So this type of called the colony. So colonial form again may be filamentous. This may form filament, means thread where the cells are attached end to end. This forms the filaments. So here, the out of here, the colonial algae is the Volvox. Okay, in Volvox, say this is the cell of Clemidomonas, and in Volvox, within one spherical sheath, many Clemidomonas like cells are arranged. Okay, Clemidomonas like cells are there, and their flagella is outside, so they can move. It is hollow balls. Okay, so many cells are there and they are interconnected. So they remain together, and this is Volvox. Ulothrix, Spirogara. Ulothrix and Spirogara, they are also colony, but these are well organized, they are filamentous. Means they make the cells are arranged end to end like this. So they form a filament. And chlorella is another unicellular algae which is non-motile. This one is chlorella is unicellular and non-motile. Clemidomonas is unicellular and motile. Okay. Next question. This holdfast, stipe, and frond constitute the plant body in case of Volvox, Cara, Laminaria, Clemidomonas. There is holdfast, stipe, and frond. This is the Phaeophycean member. Okay. Phaeophycean members. In Phaeophycean members, the algae, they are very large. They are sometimes called kelp. Okay. And they have the basal portion which help to attach the algae with their substratum. They don't have root, but their basal portion is a little bit flat and have the mechanism and this portion is known as hold fast. Is it? Hold it. So this is long or short stalk-like structure. This stalk-like structure is known as, there is frond is leaf-like structure. Body of the algae is a leaf-like structure, and this leaf-like structure, this one is known as frond. So this type of structure we find in the member of Phaeophyce, and here the one of the member of Phaeophyce is Laminaria. So in Laminaria we get this type of structure. Okay. Holdfast type, Volvox, Cara, and Clemidomonas. They belongs to Chlorophyceae. These are Clemidomonas free living, that unicellular single cell. So there is no question of this differentiation. And Cara, of course, body is complex. They have this structure for holding, setting themselves in the substratum. Okay, Volvox is again colonial. Next question, which of the following exhibit diplontic life cycle? Diplontic life cycle. See, diplontic life cycle, there is three main type of life cycle. One is called haplontic, diplontic, and Diplontic. These are the type of life cycle. Life cycle, you know, we have learned that any plant or the organism, they have two phases in their life. One is a haploid phase. Haploid phase, this is in case of plant we call the gametophytic phase. Gametophytic phase, and this is characterized by, that is, one N of chromosome, that is one set of chromosome number, and there is a diploid phase. This diploid phase, this is a sporophytic. A sporophytic phase, and this is diploid, so there are 2n number of chromosome. Okay, this this haploid and diploid phase in the life cycle, they keep on coming one after another. All right, so this is called alternation of generation. Is it? So in the alternation of generation, this haploid and diploid phases, they alternately keep on coming. Now, what happens in the plant, the sometime only one phase, this either haploid phase or the diploid phase is dominant. That is, the plant is in the haploid phase for longer period and very short diploid phase. When long haploid phase and short diploid phase, then this one is called Heplantic life cycle. Haploid phase is very long, so this one is dominating. In case of most of the algae, they have Heplantic life cycle. Their main body is gametophytic, so haploid, and diploid phase is very short, that is represented by only the zygote. Okay. In diplontic phase, the this is here is a long diploid phase, diploid condition, and very short haploid phase. Okay, this is called the diplontic life cycle. This one is long diploid phase, and the plant is diploid phase is, or sporophytic phase is dominant. Plant body is a sporophyte. Okay, major portion in the life cycle, it is diploid, and very short haploid phase, maybe just gamete formation, and the haploid phase sometime maybe that dependent on the diploid phase. Okay, so this is called diplontic. Diplontic life cycle is very common in gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay, diplontic one is common in spermatophyta, in gymnosperm and angiosperm. Okay, this, but in some algae this is there, in particularly in case of fucus. Okay, fucus, what happened? The main plant body is a diploid and they have very short haploid type. So this fucus is showing that diplontic life cycle. So this is a the peculiar thing that we get, that in case of fucus life cycle is like that of the higher plant, that to the gymnosperm and angiosperm, and rest of the algae, they are usually, it is haplontic phase. The haplodiplontic is, as we have learned, the haplontic has longer haploid phase, diplontic has longer diploid phase, and haplodiplontic, then what will happen? That both the phase more or less equally strong, equally dominating. And this type quite long period of haploid phase, and then also come the long period of diploid phase. Almost 50-50. So this type of life cycle we can see in bryophyte, and pteridophyte. This haplodiplontic life cycle. Okay, because in bryophyte plant body is gametophytic, and then it produce the sporophyte, which also is quite a prominent structure, though it is partially parasite on the gametophytic phase. In case of pteridophyte, it is the true haplodiplontic life cycle that it shows, where it has the prominent independent gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase. So this is, next is next question is, say, very important question, and this one here, read carefully the table and fill up the blanks. Here they say in the table what is given, there is 3 rows are there, and column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. In one, it is the class name, and here is their features, characteristic feature given. What is the major pigment? In this Phaeophyce it is written, Rhodophyce written, but here for the Chlorophyce it is written here A. Name of the major pigment has not written. Next column is stored food. Here written starch, laminary, mannitol, but for the Rhodophyce it is not written. Cell wall mainly composed of Chlorophyce it is written, Phaeophyce not written, it is C indicated, and Rhodophyceae D. Here, number of flagella and their insertion. Number of flagella here in Chlorophyceae 2 to 8, in Phaeophyceae 2 unequal, and Rhodophyceae it is not written, it is D. Now, from this option, 1, 2, 3, 4 option, we have to select which one will fit that, so that which one is correct for this A, B, C, D, which option?
Sir, A is 4.
It is 4.
A is option 4 or 3. Same, sir.
A's option is not in that way. Means you have to select one from here.
Yes, sir. It's 3 and 4 is the same, sir, over there. From A.
3 and 4
From column A. Yes, sir.
is same. A is same. Yeah, it is same. Okay, no problem. Then you have to see then others. See, this one also is same. Not present, not present. Here it is cellulose algin, here it is cellulose, here it is Floridian starch, here it is the mannitol and Floridian starch. See, in case of the pigment of Chlorophyceae is A and B, is it? Chlorophyceae green algae, it is A and B. The stored food material in Rhodophyceae is Rhodophyceae food is Floridian starch. Floridian starch. Is it? Cell wall in the Phaeophycean member, in the cell wall algin is found. Remember that we get algin from Phaeophycean member. So along with the cellulose, they have algin. And this D, in Rhodophyceae, there is no motile cell. No motile cell in Rhodophyceae. Means flagellated cells are absent in case of Rhodophyceae. So our option is this one. Okay, not the 4. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So here actually this chart is very important, and you have to remember the all the algae has been classified. Their major pigment, their color. Color is due to the body pigment present, and then food. According to the photosynthetic, the type of food is carbohydrate produced, that is also slightly different. And the cell wall and number of flagella, presence or absence of flagella, their number, and whether their size, where it is their position, where it is attached, and in which direction, all these things are very important in algae. Okay. Next, oh, this is, I don't know how it is repeated. The question. Life cycle of Iptocarpus and Fucus respectively are. Fucus, so we have already learned to know that question. Fucus is diplontic life cycle. It is both haploid and diploid conditions are there. It is in Ictocarpus, so life cycle of Ictocarpus, Fucus is diplontic, okay, and in Ictocarpus the life cycle is haplodiplotic. That haplodiplotic, what I told, that it is haploid and diploid, both the phases are there, almost equal strength. And this is haplodiplotic, though it is found in case of pteridophyte and bryophyte, but some of the algae, they also shows haplodiplotic life cycle. So in algae we can get all type of life cycle. So it is Fucus, the number 2 will be the answer. Next is which of the following all listed genera belongs to the same class of algae? This is one thing that you have to remember, that which are the algae belongs to which class. So here, from here we have to select that belongs to the same class. Porphyra, Ectocarpus, Eulothrix. See, Eulothrix is from Chlorophyceae. Ectocarpus is from Phaeophyceae. So that means they are not from the same group, and Porphyra is from Rhodophyceae. This one, Volvox, Spirogera, and Clemidomonas, these three are from the same class, and that is Chlorophyceae. Okay. Number 3 here is Cara Fucus polysiphonia. This Cara is from Chlorophyceae, and Fucus and polysiphonia, Fucus from this Fucus from Phaeophyceae and polysiphonia is from Rhodophyceae. Sargassum laminaria, gracilaria. Gracilaria is from Rhodophyceae. Laminaria from the Phaeophyceae, and Sargassum is also from the Phaeophyceae. These two are from the Phaeophyceae. Okay. Next is This is the one question. Based on the drawing and diagram, here you have to select that, say these three diagrams have been given. So which one is which one is the which algae? Identify the given figure of algae and select the correct option. So options are here. Option A, first is A is Clemidomonas, B Cara, C Volvox. Which option is correct? You see the option.
Option B,
Can you
sir.
identify the B? Yes, B is the correct answer. And here this one is Volvox. So this is the colonial algae. See here, all the dots you can see, those are the single cells, and all the cells are growing together in a common, under a common membrane. These are small new colonies forming within the mother colony. Okay, so this is the parent colony and these are daughter colony. And this is the one is the Clemidomonas. Of course, this shape of the Clemidomonas is usually little bit pear shape, and okay, and they have cup-like chloroplast, single chloroplast, which is a cup-like structure. Here is the nucleus, and they have basal bodies and one eye spot. Okay, so this one is Clemidomonas, unicellular flagellated one. This C is only a part of one branch of Cara. Cara is very complex plant body. It has, you can see, it has the plant body like the higher plant. It has a node, internode. Say from the node, there is a whole of branches are coming out. And in between, there is internode. This one, this axis written internode. These branches are almost of equal size. These are called the branches of limited growth, and there is branches of unlimited growth which keep on growing. This one is a branch, of course, from the main plant. Entire plant body has not been shown. So here it is, this is unlimited growth branch, and these are branches of limited growth. Cara is very complex plant body. So this is the all from the algae. Enough question. I think you will get any question comes, it will cover from this. Now next we will come to this little bit in the Bryophyta. Okay. Say the Bryophytes. Bryophytes is a group higher than the algae. They have shifted to the land. Adapted to the land habit. These plants, they grow in moist and shaded habitat where there is shade and moist condition is there. In those areas they usually grow. The plant body, various type we get. It may be thalloid or it is, some are leafy also and erect, but most of this thalloid body, they are prostrate, means on the surface, attached to the surface of the substratum and flat on the substratum. So plant body either thalloid or erect leafy things. So this bryophyte contain, mm, bryophyte includes the liverwort and mosses. Actually, the liverwort, the plant body is thalloid and some are leafy, but in mosses it is leafy and erect plant body is there. Liverwort, their body is more or less like the liver lobe. As they grow in the soil, so they have to fix themselves on this in the soil, and also should have the mechanism for absorption of water and mineral from there. So they have the absorbing and fixing organ, which is known as rhizoid. So rhizoid is present. Rhizoid is root-like structure, but not true root. Okay, and though they are growing on land, grow on land, but dependent on water for their sexual reproduction. Okay, they are, of course, as they are, it is belongs to the plant group, so they are autotrophs. These plants are very small. They're small in size, but what happened, one of the unique feature uh, of this bryophyte is that they grow in a colony of large number, in a large number. and in compact colony. And completely cover their substratum, the soil. And that's why, though their individual plant is very small, but as they grow in large number together, so this is, and as they grow very compactly on the soil like carpet, okay, and so they prevent soil erosion. Soil erosion they prevent. This bryophyte, of course, is very less economic important, very less economic importance. One is, but they have ecological importance. Ecologically important. Okay. This ecologically important is one is that they prevent the soil erosion, so maintain the soil, binding it. And another thing is that they can grow in any type of substratum, any type of habitat, though they grow in a condition where there is a moist and shade, low temperature condition is there, but during this the vegetation formation, this bryophytes, particularly the mosses and lichen, are pioneers in a barren land, in rock, etc. Also, mosses you can see they can grow on the wall, on plasters, on the rocks. Okay, and this lichen and moss, they first grow in the rocky areas also, and they can decompose, and gradually this mosses and lichens, their dead bodies accumulate the soil, make the substratum suitable for growing of other type of plant, higher plant. So in this way, what we call in ecological succession, logical succession, bryophyte is very, very important. Okay. First, of course, anywhere that lichen grow. After the lichen, it is the mosses come, and moss and lichen together is mm, moss and lichen together, they forms the soil and make suitable the substratum for the other plant to grow. There's this plants, when in favorable condition, In favorable condition, they reproduce vegetatively. And vegetative reproduction by fragmentation and by the vegetative bud, like what is called Jimmy or Jima is Gema also some people pronounce. Okay, Jimmy, these are a special bud-like structure and they produce the new bryophytic plant. This is and also they produce the protonema, and the buds coming out from the protonema are the main uh, organ for the vegetative reproduction. And during the favorable condition, vegetative reproduction is the main, and they grow very fast vegetatively, and that's why wherever these plants growing, they are growing in a cluster, large cluster. Okay, and there is, of course, asexual reproduction, in that the spore formation is there, but that is a part of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is oogamous. Oogamous, when there is a stationary large egg and a small male gamete fused together. There is, after fertilization, zygote is formed, and this zygote, which is a diploid embryo and embryo to the sporophyte. Okay, that sporophyte, this one is dependent on gametophytic plant, both. So it is sporophyte may be differentiated into sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta, and capsule. Capsule is the main body where the spores are produced. Foot is for anchorage. With the foot, this sporophyte is embedded, sporophyte is attached to the mother plant. Okay, seta is a small or long stalk in between the foot and the capsule, and capsule is the main body. Within the capsule, they produce a spore mother cell, and undergo meiosis, and then they produce spores. So the spores are haploid. Okay, and spores on germination, spore germinate, and give rise to new gametophytic plant. Okay, this, so in the life cycle of the bryophyte, the gametophytic generation is dominant. Gametophyte is dominant phase in life cycle. Okay. The reproduction we have gone through a little bit, but the what are the reproductive structure? Reproductive structure reproductive bodies are, the male is antheridium and female is archegonium. Antheridium within it produce the anthrazoids. Anthrazoids, or it is called the male gamete. All right. These male gametes, they are motile, flagellated. Motile male gamete. Archegonium, Archegonium is a flask-like structure with long neck. Having a neck, and this has the structure like this is the stalk. Wall of the archegonium. Here is cover cells, and an egg is there. This is the egg or ovum. This broad portion, young condition, they have venter canal cell. Venter canal cell. These are disorganized later on. And in the neck, in between the neck, there are neck canal cell. Means neck canal cells. So in a mature one, it is all these are this neck canal cell and venter canal cell. They disorganized and only the egg remain. The flagellated anthrazoids, that is liberated in water. Water means not the river is required. It is a drop of water is enough, or the dewdrops or the raindrops, what is there, that is enough for their the anthrazoid to swim and be transferred to the archegonium. Okay, anthrazoid is transferred to archegonium and they enter into the venter, and there it fertilize the egg to form the zygote, the diploid structure. Okay, so today up to here. In the next class we will see the question answer we will solve on this. All right. So today I will stop it here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And if you have any problem, please
Thank you, sir.
contact and can tell me. Okay. Bye.